Mark can do anything he wants on a bike. He's the best.
Mark Webb is a phenomenon unto himself, and I feel sorry for all the Americans and all the guys in the X Games when he turns up and shows them how to ride a bike. It's amazing.
I think that the little fella's going to win the X Games this year if he holds it together. I think he's probably the best rider in the world, mini ramp right now, definitely, but I think street, I think he'll have it as well, to be honest.
I look at him and I realise he's ready to take over the world, you know, if he hasn't already.
If you watch him ride compared to all the other guys, he can just go on forever, and I think that's the future of BMX freestyle.
I live for BMX, you know, BMX is what I do. If I can't ride my bike, I don't feel like I even want to be on this planet. You know, I'm here to ride BMX, that's what I'm here for, you know.
Three years ago, a little shy kid came to Cologne, Germany for the first time and put a spell on the European BMX scene overnight. Last year, he put on a clinic and won the mini ramp contest, and now, 3 years later, in 2007, he is one of the big stars at the Suzuki BMX Masters at the Jugendpark. The Suzuki BMX Masters is one of the biggest, but as well, one of the most core BMX competitions in the world. We met the 22-year-old the morning after the qualifications for the mini spine competition.
This is a place I like riding my bike the most, you know, in Cologne. Like, it's always a good crowd in Cologne, so I just enjoy riding here, so it's not really too much pressure. I felt a little bit of pressure because I knew I had to get my stuff done, you know, like last night and that. So, I mean, the crowd are expecting it because of last year's performance or whatever. And yeah, once I got into the swing of things last night, everything went fine. So today should be exactly the same, like, if I don't crash, you know. So, because that's the only thing that's going to put a damper on my riding is if I take a bad crash. So. I think the Braun Cruiser Tour is probably the best thing that's happened in Europe, as far as I'm concerned, because mini spine contests were dying out. There wasn't so many like mini spine contests going on. Like, thanks to Braun for keeping the mini spine contest going, you know. And obviously Stefan Prentl, he's like one of the only guys running the mini with spine contests, so, which is awesome. Yesterday I did enough of like the hardest tricks, you know. Some of the stuff I did yesterday after the contest, you would never probably pull in a contest because it's just way too difficult to get it done. Once I do that, it makes me feel comfortable with the crowd and stuff, you know, and today should be just a walk in the park.
You can't miss the respect Cologne's crowd has for the young rider from the UK. While the qualification was going on, Mark paid it back with phenomenal runs. Spins in both directions, flips and tail whips, where he spins the back end of the bike around the front end of the bike in the air 1 or 2 times. Sick moves by young Mr. Webby. But before Mark rode his run, all the other riders from around the world were up and competing with awesome tricks, proving that this ain't no toe shoe ballet class. Perfect example, this nasty crash.
It's not good right before riding to see something like that. It puts a damper on things. So I don't want to fucking crash like that. No one does.
Mark's biggest competition in Cologne and in the overall Braun Cruiser Tour points are Ben Wallace, a 21-year-old riding buddy of Mark's from the UK, and Daniel Dares from Venezuela, who rides mostly in the US and is one of the best street riders in the world. After he blew out his back tire, he borrowed bikes from other competitors and still managed to be a threat, which shows his skills. This huge flare is a perfect example. As well as this unbelievable 540 tail whip on the spine.
I had a flat tire, so I don't have time to change it. Might as well just jump in someone else's bikes and try my best.
Are you scared sometimes when you're riding?
Yeah, sometimes. When you're air and you're about to cage, you're like, but well, no, it's all good.
At the end of the qualifying day, there was just one man left riding, Mark Webb.
I just want to demonstrate how you do a flare, all right?
He was riding for a while on his own and the crowd was pushing him further and further, a man on a mission.
I'm saying nothing, I'm riding. I just love riding in the dark, like with floodlights. It's a good feeling. Webby, Webby. See, it's a different game to the States, isn't it? The way this works.
Way different.
You get to do what you want. You kind of got like not really a limited time, and you can just do anything you want. You know, like I mean, some tricks, like a good contest rider in the States is someone who can put together a good minute run. Doesn't necessarily mean that they can do every trick in the world.
Yeah.
On the other hand, this allows you to just break out and do things that you've got in your head that you want to do. You know, and just everyone behind you helps you get it done. You know, like a technical trick like whip tap, whip in probably wouldn't usually happen on a normal session day unless you were feeling really up for it. Whereas in an environment like this, you'll just bust it out because the crowd want to see it get done, and it's progression of the sport, you know. So, what do you think?
I think whatever you said, that's it. Man, I'm amazed.
If there was
Holy
a point to prove
shit.
to you this weekend, that's it. That's how
This
we.
is freelance.
That's how we.
This is freelance.
That's how we ride in the UK.
So tomorrow you.
Mark flipping Webb and Daniel flipping Durs. Good grief.
Yeah, hey, tomorrow you will ride until next day.
I hope so.
You rode for like an extra hour, so tomorrow you ride for an extra 12 hours.
Yeah, but you know what? I haven't had a good session in a while, and I've just got used to my bike because it got lost at the airport.
Excuses. All
No,
these
no, it's
excuses.
no excuses. It's I'm feeling my bike now, and that was a good way to get all my stuff done and get used to my bike. I do believe that some people don't take any time to get used to a bike. I think I've seen you jump on two other people's bikes, put a 540 whip and a can free whip and a can whip air.
Well, you do what you gotta do, you know.
Daniel Dares up the stairs to the podium.